April 15th has a way of sneaking up, even for very organized people. And around this time of year, a lot of high earners start asking the same question. What can I still do before the deadline, and what's already off the table? Hi, I'm Scott Jacobs, partner and wealth advisor at WRP Wealth. The first thing to know is that by early April, a lot of your tax picture is already set. Your income happened, your equity events happened, your bonuses, sales, and business activity are largely set. So the goal right now isn't to scramble, but to understand what's still flexible and what isn't. For example, one of the biggest misconceptions is that April is a time to find deductions. In reality, many of the most meaningful tax decisions need to happen during the tax year, not after it ends. That said, there are still a few areas you may review before your filing deadline. One is retirement contributions, depending on the type of plan you have. Certain contributions may still be available depending on the eligibility and the deadlines. Another is charitable giving strategy. Not last-minute generosity, but make sure gifts are structured correctly, especially if appreciated assets are involved. There's also filing-related decisions. For some families, an extension means creating the right timeline for complex returns, K-1s, and multi-entity coordination. But it's also important to be clear about what you typically can't do in April. You usually can't retroactively change how income was sourced. You can't undo a liquidity event, and you can't go back and redesign the architecture after the year is already over. That's why, for high net worth individuals and families, tax season is often less about saving taxes and more about reviewing the system. What happened this year, what created surprises, what needs to be addressed before the next cycle begins. The best outcome is when April becomes a checkpoint and not a fire drill. If you're heading into the deadline and wondering what still matters, we're always happy to work alongside your CPA or help you ask the right questions as part of a planning conversation.